A dominant monster tag team with the look and the potential to be multi-time world tag team champions. Yet here they are, Authors of Pain, AOP, released from the second time from WWE, according to reports. We're asking today, like what we asked about Aleister Black, Malachi Black in AEW, what went wrong for AOP in WWE? Today we're going to explore this monster tag team and how they find themselves on the street without a home once again. A common Reezer, along with their legendary manager, Paul Ellering, were reportedly released by WWE again this past weekend. It's been a strange journey for AOP, one filled with early success, setbacks, and unfulfilled potential. So let's break it all down today. June 8th, 2016, NXT TakeOver the End. That's when the world was first introduced to the Authors of Pain. They stormed the scene by taking out American Alpha, one of NXT's top tag teams at the time, and right away, you could tell WWE had massive plans for them. They were backed by Paul Ellering, one of the greatest tag team managers of all time, famously managing the Road Warriors for years. AOP quickly became the most dominant force in NXT's tag team division. The Authors of Pain won the Dusty Rhodes Classic in 2016 before capturing the NXT Tag Team Championships from DIY at TakeOver San Antonio in January 2017. And when I say these guys looked unstoppable, I mean it. A 203-day title reign, a ladder match win over DIY, and even losing the belts to Sanity at TakeOver Brooklyn 3, they were still protected in that loss. AOP even had a historic moment in the return of War Games in 2017. Despite losing, they remained one of the top acts in NXT. But then came the big jump to the main roster, and that's where things started going sideways. On April 9th, 2018, a common Reezer made their Monday Night Raw debut, and WWE made a huge mistake right away. The duo ditched Paul Ellering, the guy who helped them become stars in NXT, legendary manager, gone just like that. Instead of Ellering, AOP months later got a new manager, Drake Maverick, the former Rockstar Spud. Now look, Maverick is a talented performer, but as AOP's manager, it was an awkward fit, and it didn't help that WWE booked them in ridiculous comedy segments. While AOP did manage to win the Raw Tag Team titles in late 2018, it was in a handicap match against Seth Rollins, so it's not like this was a big victory for them, and then they lost the titles just over a month later to Bobby Roode and Chad Gable in a handicap match that featured Drake Maverick taking the pin. Akam suffered a knee injury in early 2019, which completely derailed the tag team. He was out for months. Reezer wasn't doing anything on his own. When they finally returned, WWE tried to rebuild them as enforcers for Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy. I was a fan of that. I thought that was a great use of them. They weren't doing anything anyway. Paired them with Seth Rollins, one of the biggest stars in the company. I like it. But then Reezer got hurt in March of 2020. And then September of 2020, the duo was released. It was a case of bad timing, bad booking, and bad luck. Injuries derailed their momentum, and WWE never really seemed to know how to use them outside of NXT. It's a common case of getting lost in the shuffle, unfortunately. Fast forward to August 2023, reports come out that AOP had secretly re-signed with WWE a full year earlier. Credit to Sean Ross Sapp from Fightball on that, but it would take them until January 2024 for them to finally return. That is 2 years that they were signed, supposedly, and then they debut or come back as part of the Final Testament in January of last year. They're paired with Karrion Kross and Paul Ellering again. It seemed like WWE was finally giving them another shot. They even made their WrestleMania debut in a Philadelphia street fight against Bobby Lashley, Montez Ford, and Angelo Dawkins. But after that, nothing. They just got lost in the shuffle like they did 5 years earlier. Then we hear the reports that they have been released. So what went wrong? Injuries played a part, but WWE's handling of AOP was frustrating. They had all the tools to be a dominant force, but they were either booked poorly or not booked at all, or hurt at the time. Maybe WWE just didn't see them as a priority. Maybe the timing was never right. Either way, it's a shame.
But it doesn't have to be the end. AEW, TNA, Japan, there are plenty of places that could use a monster tag team like AOP. We just saw Omo show up and Noah. I could see them doing something similar to that, and who knows? Maybe one day they'll get a third shot in WWE. They do say the third time is the charm. But I want to hear from you. Where do you think it all went wrong with the Authors of Pain? Should WWE have done more with them? And where do you think they should go next? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more wrestling content. I'll hang out with you next time. Give me a follow.